husband's retired from the Navy, and it's worked out better for our family time for them to be here. So at least we have some evenings, and I go home probably at least once a month, right? Twice a month. I've been home. I didn't go home this weekend. I was home the last 2 weekends. So it's just a lot of back and forth.
How does that work? Do you fly commercially, just like regular old?
Oh yeah.
Man.
Exactly. I do finally have the pre-check, TSA pre-check, so that helps. So yeah, it's a lot of back and forth. And then Congress is scheduled right now to adjourn December 13th. The goal is for us to wrap up on December 13th, and I'm looking forward to being home for Christmas and the holidays. The last 2 years, we've had a very short Christmas because we've had things going on here. But they try, they try to give us at least 1 week a month. That is, they call it a district work period, where you can go home for a week, and that works out better, I think.
Yeah.
So that, especially for people from the West Coast, you can go home for a significant amount of time rather than just for a weekend.
Do you work harder or less because of the government shutdown?
Harder. It was longer hours. That's interesting. Yes, I was. Somebody asked me when I was home a couple weeks ago. She says, "Well, you must have had just all this time with your family during the shutdown." You know, I was like, it was the opposite. We were here long days, evenings, weekends. It was every day coming in, trying to figure out if we could solve it, what we should be doing, and trying to pass legislation to keep the government, get parts of the government opened again. We were in negotiations. At one point, when, the president invited us down to the White House to have a conversation. But it was a difficult time because we didn't have a schedule. So you show up, and then you kind of figure out what you're going to do, which you didn't, and then they call a random meeting. Okay, 3 o'clock today, we're all going to get together and see what we should be doing, what ideas we have.
So how do they go about calling those random meetings? Do they text you?
Well, I'm on the leadership team now, so actually we were coming in every morning, and we would have, first thing, we'd have a leadership meeting, and that was when we were trying to strategize for the day. But I described it as the ultimate brain teaser, because you're just trying, mentally was this exercise in, okay, so what should we be doing today? What can we do? How do we, what legislation should we be passing? So the leadership team would spend some time just trying to figure out what our strategy for the day should be.
And this office actually sent out the notice.
You're the one that's in random.
Favorite part of Washington, D.C.? Washington State? It's the people. The great people that I get to represent. I must admit, when I ran for Congress, I wasn't sure how much I'd even like this job. But it's the people. It never fails. I go home, and they inspire me as I travel. It's a very large district that I represent, as you know, from all through Spokane up to the Canadian border, and just great people that care about their communities, their families, and are doing their part to create that strong foundation that makes for a strong America. And I'm always impressed with the way people are making a difference in their communities.
What about Washington, D.C.?
Washington, D.C., I think it's the history that you're continually reminded of. No matter where you go around here, you're aware of the foundation that was laid, our founding fathers, and the form of government that they put in place here, and how the wisdom that they had and the foresight that they had. We really are a unique country, and what has made us unique is that it's the belief in the individual. It's and that our whole country was set up to protect individuals from an overbearing federal government. And but there's always this power struggle going on. And it's gone on since the beginning of this country, over what's the role of the federal government, what's the role of state governments, and citizens and individuals. And you see that today more than ever with